Hello Publicity fans, this is Mark from My Size Hedge Fund here with the Decklist of the week from the big boy called Sleeper Hold. Find ourselves up against Whizzard, which is a pretty good counter to this deck I think, because it depends on high value assets that the runner basically has to trash. Now it is more click compression, so hopefully we can still tax Whizzard in that way. I'm not mad about our opening hand. Has a little bit of money, but would like some eyes just to keep some things safe. So let's throw it back and see if we can do better. This is much better. Team sponsorship probably won't last all that long unless we can protect it, but it's not bad. So let's start nice and simple. Lateral growth for, let's put vanilla on HQ. Let's put architect on R&D, which isn't that much of a surprise. And we could even put rotor turret out as a new remote, which will allow us to blue level next turn without having to worry about overfilling our hand. So they took a mulligan as well. But have they found some good tools? Doesn't seem to be the greatest opening hand for them. Got a sure gamble, but not too much else to talk about. Okay, that's fairly standard for Whizzard, so time to get the move on then. So we will draw and hopefully find some really good stuff. Beta test is alright, we could get that scored next turn. And let's get a team sponsorship down as well. Stick it in behind the rotor turret. Not quite the piece of ice I would have liked, unless they're going to install a program and just run blindly. I would much prefer to be able to take out something at the same time. But we will res it. We can... Oh, right, okay, Faust. Right, not going to be stopping that then. And they're coming HQ, which is pretty bad for us. Especially with a paltry vanilla there. So it looks like they're getting a good bit of money and odds on to steal an agenda. If they are going to take one, hopefully it's the global food. It's not really one that we're planning to score anytime soon. Or possibly at all. Beta test, however, would be a bit of a kick in the teeth. Oh. Somehow they miss. So we can team sponsorship. We can get Ichi somewhere. Where do we want that? Possibly R&D just to really tax things out. Because there's a good chance this will switch to medium at some point soon. In which case we would like Ichi down. Of course we'd really like Ichi to be behind the architect, but that's not going to be the case. And nothing else in archives. So I think we just go for this instead. Now, unfortunately, if they do come HQ, they will get our agenda. But, as I say, it's not one that we're planning to go for. The goal of this deck really is to score 3 3-2s and domestic sleepers. Or if you have to, 4 3-2s. And they're not going to come and take a look at our hand. So let's draw up instead. We'll get the advanced assembly lines down, which we can use on, I suppose, the installing the other team sponsorship just puts us in the problem state again. we will install that over there. And I will install the other spell ship. So capitalize on the HB money, which is how this deck actually functions. It doesn't run hedge fund, doesn't run any of the campaigns. So you have to be willing and able to install at all times. So this is just going to be click compression more than anything. They do have the Whizzard credits, but they'll have to spend one real credit as well. Parasite in the vanilla and coming for luck. This time they do hit the global food. I mean, we were fortunate to hold on to it the last time. And this is okay. So we'll let her grow this out. Wouldn't mind finding a piece of ice. Nope, again it's just going to be click compression. So next turn we'll get the blue level going. And see if we can draw anything good. With them distracted by some of our assets, it means they're not having as much time to set up as they would like. Obviously they'd like to be finding mediums, things like that, or starting to put pressure on our piece of ice so that they can blow it up. And they are going to come for rotor turret. They're going to have to trash anyway. So I think we just leave them through here, because they're going to trash 2 cards regardless. It's not going to make things much more difficult, but at least this way they don't know what this is. Things getting awkward. Architect is kind of okay. I think we put this on HQ. No, that's something, yeah, should have put it in front of the Ichi. Not delighted with that decision, but gonna have to live with it. We could have kept our Ichi safe. It would have been quite a lot of commitment on the R&D at the expense of other servers, so maybe not a fine call. Perhaps we should have left HQ open. It's probably too conservative a play. Beta test not great. Shipment's okay. Things are getting worse. Because again, probably need more ice here. Just to ensure that they can't tear through it. It's only going to cost them 2 cards. And they'll be able to parasite as well. Yeah, this is pretty much what we expected. So they can click through if they like, or they can spend cards. At least they can't destroy it right now. Okay. They're going to break the final subroutine. And our architect will cost them another 3 cards. So an expensive server until they get their forked again. They did throw away one. Also pitching a Parasite, which I'm delighted to see. Of course, Levy makes... Oh. That's an unusual call. So it's not a good beta test then. We could get a vanilla out of it, but not that exciting. So I think we pop Sansan in behind here, and we can install a beta test in a new remote. And we know they're getting a trash out of this, but we're kind of okay about that. So, draw the vanilla, we'll get the beta test off. And by off I mean scored as opposed to anything else. The fact that we're not firing it after an architect means they may ease up on R&D. So we have Jackson and team sponsorship to come. Vigil is something we may have to play around, but always challenging, especially when we do want to draw with Jackson just to find a biotic. And there's stuff we're willing to send back as well. Alternatively, we could install, bringing us to 8 credits, advance, and flip this. And basically just try and race them. It is going to be difficult, for sure, but might actually be a good idea. HQ isn't something we really need to protect. And this also allows us to get around Vigil, which is pretty good. And now they have to trash this. Again, we can't tax them, but at least we're costing them a little bit of money. Shipment would have allowed us to get the rudder turret up, but mistakes were made. And as I said earlier, doesn't have that much money in the deck, so you kind of got to play a bit of smarter with the various money-making cards you do have, including Shipment from Sansan. So don't do that. Ugh. Well, this is definitely going to be a trash. Would have liked to keep that, but not the worst thing in the world. Level food, wow, they're hitting all the good single picks. So that has us in a rougher spot. But now we're looking to money up and get one of our Vitruviuses, or alternatively, draw into domestic leapers. ELP is always funny to put down. I don't think they're going to score too soon. So better to do this now before medium kicks off. Hopefully they won't play another employee strike. Spooned on HQ. So just coming for the HQ run then, but spending 3 on it. Or spending 2 rather. Yeah, I think you just spend the second click. That's a strange one because, yeah, it's not like Control the Message and Salsa Slums. This does kick in anyway, so unusual, unless they predicted that I had something here. Yeah, we keep our team sponsorship, but it's not going to do much for us. Do we just credit up here? It's not a very exciting turn. The other option is draw for domestic sleepers, which is kind of a bit of a Hail Mary, so I think we just take 3. And hope they don't pick it off the top of R&D. Okay. So ELP doing its job. And they're kind of distracted on HQ. They can, of course, get a parasite on this pretty quick and just tear it down. But no, okay. Distracted by HQ. Biotic labor is great to see. Vanilla is fine. I think we credit up and slap the magnet on the outside of R&D. It's more a parasite protection than anything. Maybe they won't be too thrilled about forking R&D either. And of course it could be the old bluff and double bluff of they must have something in HQ. And I don't think we res it if they run at it normally. I would prefer to see a parasite get sucked up. Or just keep the threat of something alive. Domestic Sleepers is the only instant draw, so I think we just credit. Do we install anywhere? Could install over archives to prevent free. No, I just think we take 3. Just in case we have to res anything, we don't want to be too far away from the biotic labor. Vigil, unfortunately, also giving them a card. Hopefully they're more just overwhelmed with cards at this stage. They're not quite sure what they should be doing. I'm surprised that they haven't put as much pressure on R&D as you might expect. I mean, Ichi Architect, pretty good. But you do have tools to tear him down. Probably another parasite. Probably another forked. Here's the rumor mill. Yeah, that's fine. It's still not a parasite. It's still not great for us. And unfortunately now we're looking at a lock. So I'm still kind of holding out hope of hitting parasite. This would cost 2 cards otherwise. 2 cards. Maybe it's worth raising. Not what I was expecting. Okay, I think they're hoping we res this, in the hopes that they can tear down our architect or our Ichi pretty quick. Jackson is useless to us. Magnet, not going to do much for us if this one doesn't. I think we just keep drawing. Could put down another ELP. It's not actually the worst thing in the world, I think. Sure, runners have plenty of ways to get their currents back. But yeah, this is okay for us. Just hopefully not the Jackson. Amazing. Every time. So that's 2 Jacksons we've lost. But we're keeping them distracted. We just need them not to go R&D. I'm very surprised that they're not willing to go that way. So same old thing can mean levy, it can mean forked. We're really just looking for domestic sleepers here. And there it is. So install gets us to 6 credits. We can then biotic. And now they have 1 more turn. So we kind of need just R&D to hold out on us. Or hold out for us, I should say. So what can they do with 7 cards, 3 or 4 clicks, and just 1 medium token? Okay, well, they're getting rid of the Ichi at long last. There's still only so many runs they can make. So now we're just holding out hope, really. There's still 3 Vitruvius in R&D, and they have to hit 2 of them. And it's really just a timing thing. Yeah, they don't have enough clicks and cards and everything else to do everything. So ELP kicks in here because they forked the last time. So yeah, they were unfortunate. They needed to see more agendas than they did. And Domestic Sleepers closes out. So let's see how close they were on R&D. I think they needed to put a lot more pressure on, corporate sales, of course, and 2 Vitruvius, but it was going to be a while. So I hope you enjoyed it. And the deck definitely worked as it was supposed to, with plenty of tax and clicks between the assets. And ELP just holding it down over here as well. Really saved our bacon at the very, very end. And yeah, this was pretty much how we needed to play against Whizzard, but I feel if they'd put more R&D pressure on, I think they were in a better position to do it than maybe they felt. They were keeping HQ honest. But I think a couple of runs here would have been the way to go. Hope you all enjoyed it anyway. Thank you very much for watching, and there will be a link to the deck list and to my own channel in the description below.